The Tour de France features some of the best sprinters and fastest riders in the world. Here are the bikes that are set to dominate the flat finishes and might even blag a breakaway win through the grueling 3-week race. Okay, let's start with a bike that we think is going to win the first road stage. Here is the Specialized S-Works Tarmac SL7 of Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl. As I said, this is the S-Works Tarmac SL7 of Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl, and in the past few years they've done incredibly well at the Tour de France, taking the yellow jersey, multiple stage wins, and this is the one bike that they've done it on. Specialized famously killed off the Venge, the aero bike that they developed for so many years, and they made the Tarmac bike, which was the climbing bike, into, well, the aero bike, which was odd, but hey, this is the one bike that they've got, so it does all of the stages from the highest mountains to the fastest sprints. The frame set has been aero optimized with a hidden front end, aero tube shapes, and well, it's probably helped out by these new Roval wheels. Some of the riders choose to go with a Pro Vibe bar. This one here is a traditional round shape, while the Roval option might offer a small aero gain. These ones, well, they might just be more comfortable for the riders. Shane Cav won't be taking his 35th stage win on it this year. Next is the Caynon Aeroad, which is sure to take a few stage wins under a certain Mathieu van der Poel. The Caynon Aeroad might actually play second fiddle to another of Caynon's bike at this year's Tour de France. The new 2023 Ultima is rumoured to be at the race, but we haven't seen it yet and we'll likely not see it until the race enters the mountains. So for now, let's focus on the Aeroad. Caynon has 3 teams in the race with Alpecin Deceuninck, Arkea Samsic and Movistar. So that's plenty of riders to take a potential stage win. The main man will, however, be Mathieu van der Poel. This is a rider that is so good that he could win absolutely anywhere, be it in a TT, a flat stage, a mountain stage, or something with a bit of both. The Arkea and Alpecin builds are very similar, with full Shimano 12-speed Dura Ace group sets and wheels. It's also 12-speed for Movistar, but they use SRAM's ETAP system. There are 3 paint jobs on display at the Tour de France, and honestly, we're not sure which one we'd pick. But then again, Van der Poel is on a red one, and surely red is fastest. Who knows, maybe Philipsen might bag a stage win too. Onto the new Trek Madone, which is possibly the most radical road bike design we've seen this year. The Madone is a bike that caused quite a stir when it was spotted at the Criterium de Dauphiné. It wasn't just the fact that this was a brand new bike from Trek, it features some radical aero designs. Most notably the hole in the seat tube, which apparently is there to reduce drag in the wake of the rider. Trek is obviously pushing the UCI's frame design rules right to the limit, because the head tube and the bottom bracket on this bike are absolutely enormous. While the frame set is new, the group set is not. This is SRAM's red ETAP access system, and Bontrager again provides the wheels. The seat post is also really interesting, with a cantilever design said to provide extra comfort over those long Tour de France days. We're also not quite sure how they got the top of the rear triangle through the UCI's design process, but they have, and it's approved. So will it win stages? We'll find out. Well, it'll be radical if one of the Trek Segafredo riders manages to win a stage. One bike that we can almost guarantee a win is the Cervelo S5 of Wout van Aert. Okay, this is the Cervelo S5. Roglic has the choice between the S5 and the R5. Now, the S5, as you might be able to tell, is the aero race version. This is the bike that he'll be using for the flatter stages, but we've also seen him use the bike in the mountains, it's because, well, Cervelo is quite a good bike brand and this thing is very, very light. So he will only switch to the R5 for the really, really hilly days. Okay, Jumbo Visma are one of Shimano's fully sponsored teams, so it comes as no surprise that we find a full Dura-Ace Di2 group set. This is the hydraulic disc group set. It's also got the Di2. This is the latest 12-speed stuff that we've reviewed over on the site. If you want to check out our review, the link is down in the description below. So what has Roglic got on this bike? Well, it's pretty stock standard. Down at the chainrings, that's a 54-40 combination, and out the back, if you're going to be pushing those big gears, you need a big cassette. That's an 11 to 30 tooth cassette. This bike really, it's all about aero integration, and nothing says that more than this front end. This is obviously very, very proprietary to Cervelo. You don't get this on any other bike, and it just looks so futuristic. These tires are the 25mm model, and they come in this beautiful tan sidewall version, which really does complement the bike. In terms of the specs for this exact model, we've got a 140mm disc at the rear and a 160 at the front. So obviously preferring a little bit extra stopping power for those long mountain descents. Finishing off the bike, we have the brand new Shimano Dura-Ace power meter, easily identifiable via the pod that's mounted in line with the crank down there. And well, what do you think of this bike? Let us know down in the comments below. He'll probably go on to win a mountain stage too. A slightly left field choice now, it's the Pinarello Dogma F. Under Filippo Ganna, this thing goes very quickly, and we'd suggest that you watch out for the Italian TT specialist dropping a wattage bomb into a crosswind section. Pinarello is one of those bike brands that only offers one road race bike to its teams, and Ineos have the lovely Dogma F. Ineos are a team that has famously played around with its wheel sets, but it's now a fully Shimano sponsored team, so there's none of that funny business going on. We've got full Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 disc. And so let's start with the gears. We've got the massive Pro standard chainrings of a 54-42 tooth chainring setup up the front. The Dura-Ace theme continues with the C50 wheel set, and unlike Jumbo, who are in the car park beside us, Ineos are going for the tubeless setup. Those are muck-off tubeless valves. These are the Continental Grand Prix 5000S TR tyres, and we would expect that they are running some sort of insert inside there just to have that bit of flat protection, but also to allow the riders to continue safely in a straight-ish line if they do have a sudden puncture. We'll stay down at the wheel set now, because fitted to those wheels is a 140mm rear rotor and a 160mm front rotor. And then as we move to the front of the bike, we've got the most integrated cockpit. This hides all of the cables really neatly in the front end. None of them are in the wind, but also aesthetically it is a lovely, lovely design. Finishing the bike at the front end is obviously the Dura-Ace 12-speed shifters. These have the extended body. They're also a little bit taller. They cant in just a little bit, but that's all in the design. I really like this shifter shape. I've been using it quite a bit. And obviously the pros seem to be quite happy with it too. Well, those are our hottest aero road bikes of the Tour de France. Which one would you buy, and which one do you think looks the best? Let us know down in the comments below. As always, remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.